Hello, everyone. It's Craig here from Upside Down Shark, and I am joined with one member of the most handsome band from Arizona. Please welcome Trevor from Sundressed.
Thanks. How's it going?
I'm okay. How are you today?
Not too bad.
Yeah. For the unfortunate few who don't know who you are, would you mind introducing yourself?
Sure. My name's Trevor. I'm the singer and main songwriter from the band Sundressed. We're based in Phoenix, Arizona.
Okay. And in the effort of getting to know each other a bit better, if you were a condiment, which condiment would you be?
Oh man,
It's a
I
hard
feel
one.
like I feel like I would be like balsamic vinegar or something like that
Or
because
just
I just love vinegary taste in food.
you like a good glaze, is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can glaze me on chicken or put me on a salad.
Yeah. You don't want like a tomato ketchup because some people just say that just ruins the taste of everything. But a nice
Oh yeah.
glaze, just sprinkle it over, adds to it. Um, 2020 has been a wild ride for everyone, really. But have you got anything positive that you can take away from this year?
Um, yeah, honestly, we were just so grateful that it being a year where we can't go out and play or anything that we had this record done and on deck to be able to release it. And I feel like we've been kind of forced to figure out other ways to connect with fans, and it's actually been kind of really rewarding. Um, Obviously, it's all bittersweet because we wish we could be playing, but I guess we're just kind of grateful to have been able to adapt and stuff. So.
It's given you a laser like focus to release it.
Yeah.
Yeah. You talk about going on gigs and stuff like that. Have you got any out of this world tour stories that you can share with the world?
Out of this world tour stories. Let me think for a second.
So,
Okay, I do have one pretty funny one. The first time we were on like the East Coast of the United States, like the Upper East Coast, upstate New York and stuff like that, we wanted to go see Niagara Falls, and our old guitar player Forrest was driving us, and he had never been there either, but he was just insistent that there was a closer parking lot, and he kept driving around. And long story short, we ended up on a one-way road to the Canadian border when none of us had passports with us or anything. So we literally had to make a U-turn on a one-way road to not have to deal with border patrol.
you weren't anyone's friend that day, I presume.
No, it was
Oh.
not fun.
If you got to the border control, you'd be like, "Sorry, just took the wrong turn somewhere. We'll be going back to our country now." Is that what you would have said?
Yeah, I guess so, but I think we still would have had to go through all the customs and all that.
Oh. Your new album, Home Remedy, as you said, it's a bittersweet release. Is the title ironic, or was it always going to be that before lockdown?
It was always going to be that before lockdown, but it feels ironic on how relatable it is now, considering we obviously wrote these songs last year, a couple of years ago. For it to all unfold like this, it almost feels like we had some weird glimpse into the future.
So you're going to be playing the lottery sometime soon as well once the album's out.
Yeah, I guess so.
So the new album releases on September 18th, and you said it's a record about getting better by any means necessary. Um, you've always got this theme of mental well-being in your songs. Where does that stem from?
Definitely comes from personal experience. It's something I've struggled with since I was a teenager, which led to some addiction stuff I went through in my early 20s. And one thing I've always learned is sharing your experience with others can be very therapeutic for not only them but also you. So it's kind of always been kind of a theme to just not be afraid to be personal, because you never know who you might help with your experience. So
Good way to look at it. I like it. Um, Here's the usual question. How does this album differ from the past ones, and what was your creative process behind it?
yeah, so it definitely, we had, in the early years of Sundress, it was kind of more me steering the ship, and I had more kind of live members. And this time, over the few years of touring, I've gotten it's become more of a band, I guess. So it was way more collaborative between like our guitar player AJ and our drummer Vic. We all actually live in separate cities, so we were sending stuff back and forth. And I'm really not much of a guitar player, and AJ is just absolutely incredible. So it was really cool to kind of just give him these kind of blank canvases and let him kind of build them with his creativity, which I feel like made for a completely different sound sonically for us. We also really kind of wanted to pull back on the production a little bit and kind of let the songs and the lyrics speak for themselves, and not get smoothed over so much with cool production and stuff like that. So it was definitely just completely different from the start.
So, would you say by having the collaboration process with other people, it still feels personal to yourself, but you've made it expand in a way you didn't think was possible before?
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
And it feels almost more personal because I'm so close with the guys I play with, and they have so much ownership over it as well. It's not, I'm not asking people to come out and play my songs. It's our songs.
It's one of those things where, like, if you had an essay, you would write it down, and then someone goes, "But why don't you just say it this way instead?" And you go, "That's actually really good. Yeah, yeah, I'll do that. Thanks."
Absolutely, yeah.
Here at Upside Down Shark, we discuss a wide breadth of pop culture themes, so music, movies, TV, video games. So, with that in mind, if you could have a track featured in anything, um, what would it be? From a wrestling theme, a film soundtrack? When I listen to your music, I think Tony Hawk or a skateboarder's theme.
I was literally gonna say Tony
Ah.
Hawk Skater. I grew up skating. Still do a little bit. I'm older now and afraid of getting hurt, but I very much still follow the culture and love it. And yeah, I think marrying those two passions would be it for me for sure. Even if it was just like maybe a skate video, but obviously the classic game would be amazing,
Yeah.
because those soundtracks really shaped a lot of people's music taste too.
It's so weird as well. They've just re-released the game, and it's like a timeless soundtrack. It's still
Yeah.
really good. Um, have you got anything on your band bucket list that you've yet to do?
Um, yeah, we really want to tour overseas. I think we're hopefully going to get to, um, once things start getting back to normal for sure.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, yeah, that's a big one for sure.
Just seeing Europeans headbang is completely different from Americans headbang, from what I hear. What's the craziest way you've heard someone find out about your music?
um, this is actually a very weird thing. We got entered into the strangest contest ever a couple of years ago, where we got contacted by Southwest Airlines and asked if we wanted to. They picked us and five other bands from the US to come on a flight and perform acoustic unbeknownst to the passengers. And they filmed it. And it was like this contest where the winner would get to like play opening for the Fray at Red Rocks. We didn't end up winning, but they put Snapchat ads of us playing on the airplane all over the place. So we started seeing these comments on our YouTube videos that were like, This Snapchat video of you playing on an airplane brought me here.
Did you get them for like a good month, and you were just like, well, this is my life now. This is
Yeah,
what I have.
yeah. We had some hate on it too, which was super funny. Like I remember seeing a tweet that said like something along the lines, if Sundressed started playing on an airplane I was at, I would jump out or something like that.
Oh, well, I hope it's only a little bit in the air and not enough to do any damage.
Right.
We like to advocate positivity here. One of the ways we do this is through inspirational quotes. One of my personal mantras being damned if you do, damned if you don't, because I think in that way you should just go and try and make the most of every opportunity you get in life. You have mentally aware music. What would your personal inspirational quote be to the world? You can be cliche and say one of your own lyrics if you really want to.
um, well, what kind of comes to mind is a record, a lyric off the new record that I feel like sums it up is every time I think that I'm dying, I'm usually fine, which is kind of just saying that like we build up all these things in our head that if we just kind of hunker down and face them, it's usually going to be okay.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. It's simple, but if you look into it, it's got meaning, and also it's on brand by promoting your new album, so it wins all categories.
The
Uh,
label is so proud.
yeah, we have to please the label if nothing else. My final question is, as we are upside down shark, what is your favorite shark? It can be real, it could be fictitious. We've had Bruce from Finding Nemo, we've had goblin sharks, we've had loan sharks. What would yours be?
Oh man. Um, it's funny. I'm trying to go with the first thing that comes to mind, and it just made me think of like I love the show Shark Tank,
Okay.
and it made me think of Mark Cuban from Shark Tank because I love his energy on the show and his passion for certain businesses and like for calling people out if they think that they're there for the wrong reasons. But yeah,
So Trevor from Sundressed, your favorite shark is Mark Cuban.
yeah.
Okay, okay. We haven't had that one before. Um, so thank you for your time, Trevor.
Yeah.
You can find Sundress's new album Home Remedy, released September 18th on Rude Records. What would you say to people who are thinking about listening to it?
Um, it's definitely something that's very honest and it came from our hearts and it would just mean a lot if you'd give it a shot and give a new band a listen. And we will definitely come play your city as soon as we can.
Thank you for your time, Trevor.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for watching this video. Subscribe everywhere you can subscribe, all of those links and places. And we will see you next time for something else banging. Bye. Bye, Trevor.
Thanks, man. Have a good one.